So it's a catch-22 where, you know, because you're in an emergency room situation, you should be allowed to be given that information because it's an emergency, okay? But some people, because the law is not too clear on emergency room situations, okay, with regards to mental health, they're very scared to provide that information and will ask for them, you know, and will ask for you to give them, you know, some type of release, some type of authorization or something. Some are very good, some know you. Some patients are frequent flyers, meaning they come frequently to the emergency room, so the providers in the community know us, they know who we are, they know the social workers, they know the doctors, and they'd be more than willing. But some outside providers don't, and they really, you know, demand some type of release.
One of the things that makes me think about is how so much of social work is building your network and getting to know who are places you're likely going to be able to contact and who are likely going to trust you. So building your relationships with people in housing, people in outpatient clinics, people in substance abuse clinics. So building that up is probably part of a good preparation for a social worker, would you say?
Absolutely, it's a must. If you're going to be working in these communities where, especially in mental health and in substance abuse, where, you know, a great majority of your substance abuse, your mental health patients, excuse me, are going to have some type of substance abuse issue, okay? And they're going to be scattered in the service providers that they have, okay, be it mental health or their medical health and or services like housing and even going to a pantry to get food or childcare or whatever it is. This social worker has to be willing to establish a rapport with all these agencies and let them know, this is my client, this is my patient. I'm calling because I'm advocating for them, I'm helping them, I'd like to introduce myself to you. Just doing that, you know, lets the community out there know, lets other providers know, hey, this individual has somebody working with them, you know, has somebody that cares for them, you know. So the willingness to provide you more information is there, you know, when you make that call. Have you seen Mary? You know, have you seen John? I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. You know, the other agency or the case manager from the shelter may be willing to say, sure, or he's in the hospital because he broke his leg or something like that. The information, the feedback is more readily available. It's easier to get, as opposed to somebody that's calling for the first time and saying, oh, by the way, I'm the social worker for Mary, and the case manager says, I never heard of you. You know, you never contacted me. You're his mental health provider, and you never called me. So engaging those service providers, those other treatment providers out in the community is very important, you know, to establishing you know, a rapport with them and allowing them to know who you are so they can better help you help your client.
You're reminding me, I was speaking to another social worker who works for CUCS in a women's shelter, and one of the things she mentioned to me was about a case. She said, well, we can call these people because they really like us and they really trust us and so forth. So I'm just underscoring your point that the social work process has to, you have to lay the groundwork for when you need it in the emergency. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely.